let's go ahead and add another 1,000 hours to our playtime.
Sure about that?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Skyrim mods. For this list, we'll be looking at mods available for the PC version of the game Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition on consoles. Any mod is eligible, whether it adds to the immersion, improves graphical and sound quality, adds new content, or just messes with the game in the most delightfully bizarre ways. Skyrim's already a fantastic game, these mods just add to the experience.
I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art of wit to that of warfare.
Number 10, Sounds of Skyrim. As dense as Skyrim is with quests and dungeons, it can feel a little empty in the NPC department. This mod adds to the illusion that the land and towns are heavily populated with folk going about their business. Dogs bark, birds chirp, kids play around, and they can all even be heard from indoors. It helps sell the idea that you're part of a living and breathing civilization. Just don't try too hard to find where the sources of these sounds coming from, because you're not gonna have a good time. Number 9, realistic needs and diseases.
Yes, I guess I can see how that would add a more earthy texture.
If getting mauled by bears, stabbed in the back by bandits, or set alight by dragons weren't enough ways to die for you, then try this mod. It'll let you die in ways you've always hoped for, such as dying of thirst, or being so hungry that you can't replenish your health, resulting in a one-hit kill from enemies.
I present to you the gourmet. The potage le magnifique.
A hard life aside, it's like an unofficial hardcore mode, which the most dedicated of role players will enjoy. At least now there's going to be a use to carrying around those potatoes or a cooking pot.
Okay, what next?
Number 8, Warzones, Civil Unrest Reborn. Skyrim is in the middle of a civil war, dragons are coming back to life, and undead creatures plague the land. But you'll never come across more than a dozen enemies at a time. That's where this mod comes in. It adds in hundreds of dynamic, varying battles during your journey, dependent on whether you pick the Imperials or the Stormcloaks, where you are, and what you've already completed. No two battles are ever the same, and the best part is that they actually feel like massive battles. You can watch as dozens from each side have at it, or you can choose to take part. Whatever you decide to do, there's no doubt you'll believe you're really in the middle of a war. For real this time. Number 7, Open Cities Skyrim.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
This mod isn't particularly complex, and it doesn't add any new content. In fact, its effects are really subtle, but they are noticeable and appreciated. We can all agree that loading screens suck, and this mod abolishes them when entering a city or town, as it makes them feel like a natural part of the world. Dragon battles also become a lot cooler when you can lead them into a big town and have everyone inside fight for their lives. Or maybe you can just fight it by yourself. You are still supposed to be the Dragonborn, remember?
Passing on a golden opportunity.
Number 6, really useful dragons. The idea of fire-breathing dragons coming back from the dead is a scary thought even as it is. The idea of replacing every dragon with Thomas the Tank Engine characters, which is what this mod does, is funny in theory until you hear the train whistle. Retreat in terror as Thomas slams down in front of you, beaming that horrific smile before honking his horn, aka breathing fire on you. Once you defeat the locomotive, everything carries on exactly the same. Wait, does that say train soul absorbed? That's just sad. No other mod can bring forth an array of emotions quite like this. Number 5, alternate start, live another life.
You wouldn't be a sellsword, would you? I have a little problem you could solve.
Who would want to be the Dragonborn when you could be a camper in the woods? Oh, most people? Well, then, lucky for you, this isn't the only option when starting this mod.
A life of crime is still a life. Be wary, thief.
Which allows you to pick from a bunch of different start points and backstories for your character. It allows flexibility for you to roleplay your ideal character, and the decision you make at the start will have a lasting impact on your playthrough. If you ever do decide to take part in the main quest, just talk to an innkeeper or visit Helgen. But for some people, just being a plain old tavern patron is good enough.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
Number 4, Climates of Tamriel. Mainly affecting lighting, this mod adds realism and immersion to your playing experience. With realistic weather effects and customizable night options, it allows you to take control of the visual appeal and preferences that you may have for your journey throughout Skyrim.
Oh, hail to Ulfric, you are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing.
Not only that, it affects lighting indoors too. Skyrim is famed for being cold, well, freezing, and this mod reinforces that fact. It's welcome to have, especially since the vanilla lighting was far from remarkable. Don't be surprised if you install this and then stop in your tracks every now and then to admire your surroundings. It's a truly must-have. Number 3, Helgen Reborn.
I'm a Thalmor Justicia, and I am not intimidated easily.
This mod adds a quest to rebuild Helgen, and it's not just any quest, it's a big one.
Eliminated the bandits, took over the fort, tried to blend in and not draw attention to ourselves.
Spanning anywhere between 4 to 6 hours, it has you traveling across Skyrim in a bid to rebuild the great city of Helgen. It features new fully voiced NPCs, the ability to shape the way Helgen is rebuilt, and has multiple endings depending on whether or not you choose to ally the city with either of the factions, or remain independent.
Why would he want to help me? After he sees what I've become, he'll leave soon enough.
Not merely just a point A to point B complete said task quest, it has a layered story with great characters, which will have you listening to them rather than just, skipping the dialogue.
I'm right behind you, but don't go too fast. Unlike you young ones, I'm not cut out for this shite anymore.
Number 2, Sky UI. You know those times when you try something new and find it so useful you can't fathom how you ever managed to live without it? Well, this mod does just that, except for Skyrim. It reduces the clutter of the original menus in favor of more list-friendly ones. You can filter items by type, search for things, and even maneuver through the world map much more easily. Your active effects also show in the main HUD, which means you don't have to go into the menus and scroll around to see if you've got the blight or if you're turning into a vampire or something.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who is this?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Moonpath to Elsewhere. Most of the entries in the Elder Scrolls series take place in one province in Tamriel, so you know that a mod that takes you to another province is gonna be a big one.
It is an honor to meet you, Dragonborn.
This mod features custom textures, creatures, and NPCs. It has a main quest line, as well as many side quests, and even cutscenes.
By far, are all travelers from Skyrim dense like the jungle?
The fact that everything is made from scratch really takes us out of the Skyrim atmosphere, and it feels like we're playing an entirely new game, or expansion.
If you told me I was not a cat, and I told you you are not bothering me, we would both be lying.
Set in the Khajiit homeland of Elsewhere, it features a warm and vibrant environment, unlike Skyrim's cold and harsh one. This one is basically an unofficial expansion pack, and it's one you don't want to miss. So, do you agree with our list? Which mod do you enjoy the most? For more creative top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Space Court. For people in space. Judge, space. Sun presiding. Bam. Guilty. Love being in space. I'm in space.